Mylan Yamamoto, the inventor of crop sticks. Look at that! Oh my god! Hey everyone! So the last time I did something in front of the camera was for our Crop Sticks Kickstarter back in 2016. Normally I like working behind the camera, but during the state of this history-making time, I feel like I need to just come out and say hello and say a few things. During this time, a lot of small businesses are struggling to be seen. Now, before I want to go into my small business story, I first want to say shout out to all the healthcare workers, my sister Felicia, I see you, my in-laws. Thank you to all the grocery store workers and deliverers for just putting yourself out there so that folks like myself can have food on the table and feel safe. So thank you so much. And to everybody watching, I hope you're safe. I hope you are staying positive and motivated. And thank you for listening to my story. So I first started to notice the effects of COVID-19 back when it was affecting China. This is early February. Now, for Crop Sticks, our factory is located in China, and they let us know around this time that they were shutting down the factory to protect their workforce. And for us, that meant delayed orders. So while it sucked at the time, I went ahead and I notified all our customers that their orders were going to be delayed by a month. And luckily, they were very understanding. And so because of that, I felt like, okay, we'll keep going on as business as usual. We have a game plan. The factory is going to come back to work in the first week of March, and we'll keep selling our crop sticks and our straws. And that's exactly what we did. So around the same time, we closed a pretty large deal with a large restaurant chain. And not only did they want our crop sticks, they wanted our new biodegradable bamboo straws. Let me show them to you real quick. So these are our bamboo straws. They're made out of bamboo fiber and they don't get soggy and they are good for the environment. So anyway, this restaurant placed a pretty large order and we decided to really take that leap of faith and invest into a full 20-foot container. For that large of an order, it's more than 3 million units. It's tens and thousands of dollars. And for us, we decided to take that leap because we believed in the product. It was really good. And we projected that others would feel the same. So we took out a line of credit and my husband and I, we dipped into our savings because this straw was going to be revolutionary, and I still believe it to this day. So in summary, we have 2 containers now. This is the first week of March. This is millions and millions of units and tens and thousands of dollars. And for some of you, you might think like, wow, that's a lot of risk, kind of crazy that you're doing that. So for us, this was more exciting than it was nerve-wracking because for us, it meant scale. It meant that we could lower our cost of goods, and it meant that we could eventually hire more employees to get this product out to people. And overall, it represented hope for the growth of our company. So, as you know how the story goes, the second week of March was life-changing. This is the week that President Trump announced the travel ban. This is when the NBA announced that they're going to be postponing their season. And this is when the U.S. announces that the crisis is now a national emergency. On March 19th, California announces that there will be a mandatory stay-at-home order, making all non-essential businesses forced to shut down. This includes restaurant except for takeout delivery and many, many more. My home state of Hawaii follows pursuit shortly after and announces a 14 mandatory quarantine day for any visitors that come to Hawaii. Now, at that time, I started to be very understanding and complicit with all the orders that were happening. First and foremost, safety was number one concern, and I totally understood why we needed to do what was being asked of us. But I started to think outwardly, knowing all the ramifications of what were about to happen for our small business. Immediately, it was actually like a snowball effect. Soon after the lockdown orders, many of our customers started to call to either reduce their orders, cancel it, or postpone it. So what do, I try to call my factory and I try to broker a deal and letting them know like, hey, we need to reduce the size. We need to stop production and just make the container size a lot smaller because our customer base was shrinking. But by the time I made that phone call, it was already too late. One of our factories already went into production and started to build the materials out, no matter what that bill was going to be due. And, at the end of the day, the relationship to our customers are everything. I have it in this perspective where the pandemic, this is all going to go away, but the relationships that we have with our customers, that's what's there to stay. So our strategy has been to really empathize and just try to work with our customer base to see how we can support one another. The reality is for so many small businesses is that while we want to empathize and express that, empathy does not pay the bills. So a lot of us has turned to the federal government instead for help. So these days, instead of trying to close deals with customers, I've been trying to close applications on grants and different types of loans. The federal government has been, it's a love-hate relationship. On one hand, I'm very grateful to have these opportunities like the EIDL Advance Loan. We actually got it in the form of a grant. And there's also the PPP, which allows companies with 500 employees or less to apply for this payment protection plan. It's a forgivable loan of up to 8 weeks to pay your employment force. The great news is that there is a forgivable loan out there, but the bad news is that there's not enough for everyone, so we didn't even get it. In fact, that's a whole nother video. So for small businesses that are watching, I'm leaving some links down to resources in the description below. This includes both the EIDL loan, this includes the PPP, as well as state-funded resources and also private sector grants. Truth of the matter is that every sector is feeling this. Specifically, my other business, ClickNow, is a talent management company, and we represent artists that have a significant large following or more. And so a lot of folks in entertainment are feeling it because their production budgets are cut or they can't even go out there and film. And even AdSense is being less because there's not a lot of companies willing to invest in ads. So this is affecting so many of us. So anyway, I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going to let my businesses go to the wayside just because of this pandemic thing. That's the reason why I'm making this video. So I created this channel, one, to share our story, and thank you so much for listening to it. Number two, I created it to motivate and for other small businesses to motivate each other and really to share the resources that I come across. And number three, to simply show by doing. I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to freaking try. Small businesses, if you're listening, I see you. I know what you're going through. I share the same fears as you. And I want to remind you to be gentle on yourself. Take it day by day. And remember that you matter to this economy. Check out the stats. Look at them. You matter. You need to survive. And the last thing I want to do for everyone is to remind yourself to do something that makes you happy. And for me, that's watching movies that make me happy. Things that remind us to dream and things that give us hope. The next video I plan to post is on goal setting. I have a goal of selling 100K in product during a tough market. Subscribe so that we can cross-motivate. Leave a comment down below. Please like for my soul and the YouTube algorithm. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.